Yeah.
大家好啊，佢係我女。
I'm gonna share my testimony.
You go ahead.
Ever since I was born, my life has been surrounded by Christianity because my parents are devoted Christians. They bring me and my sister Abigail to church every Sunday. Not just going to church, I have also attended a Christian school since kindergarten. Yet, I did not truly understand the meaning of having faith in God. I went to church because my parents told me to do that. I joined the worship team because my friends were in it. I prayed every day, but I did not get the idea of how powerful a prayer could be. Even though I did everything that a Christian would do at church, I did not feel that I was close to God. However, everything started to change 5 years ago, the toughest time in my life. I still remember the evening when I came back home from school. My parents told me that my sister was diagnosed with pneumonia, and she had to go to the hospital immediately. I freaked out, pretended that I was alright, until my parents left. Being alone at home, I was miserable, terrified. I couldn't control myself from worrying about my sister's health, and I started crying. A thought suddenly came into my mind that God is always with me, no matter what situation I am in. I began to cry out to Lord, asking for His healing and mercy. I told Him that I was willing to do anything if He could heal my sister and take away her pain. When I began to pray to Him, something happened. My feelings of fear started to settle down, and I had the feelings of God hearing my prayer for the very first time. A while later, my dad came back home from the hospital. He told me that the moment when my sister arrived there, her fever was gone. She was discharged a few days later. So when she came back home, I was diagnosed with pneumonia. And it got worse to a point where my doctors told me that I might need to have a gastroscopy if I continue to throw up blood. Although I was really sick, I wasn't afraid because I knew that God is always there for me. I believed that it was a test for me to see if I truly have faith in Him. So ever since, I'm passionate to learn more about God. When I worship Him, I always feel touched by the Holy Spirit. I was a sinner, but the grace of God through my faith in Him saves me. I want to become a true follower of Jesus Christ and get baptized. However, not everything went smoothly as I expected to be. 3 days before my original baptism, my mom, my best friend, and I got into a car crash. Unfortunately, I needed to have surgery and couldn't get baptized. The pain was severe, but surprisingly, I did not blame anyone for this situation. Instead, I was grateful that I was the only person who had injuries because I would never want to see the people I love get hurt. While I was in the hospital, I wasn't scared at all, not even for a second. I knew God was there and protected me, just like the time when I got pneumonia. Now looking back, I feel that my faith has built stronger after this accident. I know God never forgets or ignores me. He's always inside my heart. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you, be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." I trust my life to God, and I will grow in faith stronger every day. Thank you.
好，OK， 唔需要講稿啦，因為全部喺入邊。咁咧，Sylvia 啊，你知啦，係由細到大，我哋都將基督教信仰咧係帶俾佢嘅。佢係去返教會啦，佢讀基督教嘅學校，但係咧對佢嚟講係未真正經歷乜嘢叫做信仰。直至到有一次，當佢妹妹因為肺炎入醫院嘅時候，佢心入邊有好擔心、好害怕，於是乎佢向上帝祈禱，喺當中佢經歷到上帝俾佢嘅平安。後來輪到佢患咗肺炎，跟住咧但係喺醫院入邊嘅時候，佢唔驚，因為咧神同佢同在，佢經歷到生命嘅轉變，甚至乎決定咧係願意相信呢一位嘅耶穌。但係咧，當佢喺上年諗住去受浸嗰陣時候，佢喺3日之前遇到一次嘅交通意外，令到佢嘅背脊骨爆裂咗， 於是乎佢好痛，但係感恩神讓佢唔驚，因為佢知道神保護佢，以至到咧佢知道神同佢同在正如咧以賽亞書所講，不要懼怕，因為我與你同在；不要四處張望，因為我是你的神，我必堅固你，我必幫助你，我必用公義的右手扶持你。正正係呢個嘅經歷帶佢嚟今日一日，佢願意繼續用佢嘅信心喺當中各位面前去見證。
In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I baptize you.
I grew up in a loving family. We didn't have any Christians in our family, but it is a really loving family and I have a very happy childhood. When I first entered elementary school, however, I started to have trouble making friends, and I was in 3rd grade, had so many false concepts about interpersonal relationship, and therefore have a weak self-esteem and bad self-image. Before knowing and believing God, I struggled with building deep and sincere relationships with people. My 5th grade teacher once described me as, in Mandarin, is bush. My first church experience was attending a college group when I was in 5th grade. My mother's friend from middle school invited her to go to church with her. And although I wasn't personally related to what my fellows in that group shared, it's like brother and sister to me at the time. Seeing how they study Bible, how they pray, how they get to know God, how they build relationship with each other, and even all the aunties and uncle in the church really helps me realize that there is a hope, there is a relationship in God that's sincere and can really be in that deep level. So one of my friends in middle school invited me to her church after that. I started to learn about God and was being touched by how much God has done for us, and heard about how God changed other people's life and perception of the world. I wanted to be changed by the ability of love as well. So I made the decision to continue to learn and decided to follow God's guidance after that. I joined a small group in my high school by a bunch of Christians in my high school. We studied Bible together, have fellowship, enjoy snacks, and we are girls' school, so like everyone's like sister to each other. And that is really the time I feel like, oh, I was being changed by God. Like I can have this relationship with people now. I have not only learned about how much I learned more about who God is, but also I learned more about what God is meant for us and how He meant for us to be. Although I decided to follow God 8 years ago, but it was just the start of the new phase of my life. I started to learn how to live more like Jesus, how to carry His love and justice with me, and how to work with Him. Being a Christian is a process of re-navigating myself in this world in His Word. I want to share a verse. It's from Job 42, the 5th passage. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now my eyes seen thee. To me, I decided to follow God as His servant and child because I've heard about His story, heard about how He impacted witnesses in this world, and started to follow Him. I also experienced His love, His justice, His true worthiness in my personal life as well. And it has been a journey for me, and I'm looking forward to what He has for me in the future.
OK， 有一個簡單，因為佢自己一啲嘅錯誤嘅認知，以至到佢喺結交嗰個朋友上面出現咗困難，導致到佢出現咗佢嗰個嘅自尊啦，同埋自我形象都會比較弱啲嘅。後來喺佢嗰個嘅有一次嘅機會，佢媽媽嘅朋友就帶佢翻去教會， 由嗰度開始就開始去學習認識神，咩叫同神建立關係，或者係咩叫權契，直至到初中嘅時候原來佢同學知道翻教會嘅時候，就帶翻去教會嗰度，以至佢能夠更加認識、深入認識呢個信仰，願意去學習愛咧，同埋喺嗰陣時候去相信耶穌基督。當喺高中嘅時候，佢就參加學校嘅一個學園傳道會，喺嗰度咧有權契啦，有嗰個查經啦，咁咧同埋佢喺當中去學習嗰種嘅彼此嘅支持。喺嗰度佢亦都係學習開放自己，去願意去同人建立一個更深嘅關係，亦都喺嗰度去學習，去開始去服侍呢個社區。對於佢嚟講咧，信主8年，其實呢一個嘅階段係一個學習嘅階段，甚至乎咧係喺當中學習咧，成為一個有愛有公義一個嘅信徒。對佢嚟講，信仰喺呢段時間其實係一個嘅新嘅導航嘅旅程，讓佢能夠經歷到新嘅價值觀係亦都係更重要嘅，讓佢經歷到呢個嘅耶穌創造佢嗰位嘅神，讓佢能夠喺當中咧更加經歷到嗰份愛、公義同埋個恩慈。正如佢分享嘅金句所講：以前風聞有你，而家親眼看見你。呢一個正正係佢經歷咗耶穌之後嗰個嘅體驗。喺將來嚟講，佢願意係更加去學習成為神嘅兒女，成為神嘅僕人，讓佢能夠咧，而好期待喺呢個信仰旅程上邊能夠多啲嘅去經歷住。得願意一生跟從耶穌。
Yes, I do.
Alright, good. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I baptize you.
I